The rise of money-like assets, tokenization's final form. Introduction, the great tokenization filter. Tokenization is having its hype cycle moment. Everything, from real estate to Rolexes to rare earth metals, is being wrapped in smart contracts and pushed onto blockchains. But most of it will fade into irrelevance. Why? Because tokenization alone doesn't create value. The real question isn't can something be tokenized, but should it be? And more importantly, will the market actually care? That's the filter. And at the heart of this filter lies a sharper concept, money-likeness. Only tokenized assets that inherit and extend the core utility of money, store of value, medium of exchange, and now programmable income will survive this cycle and scale into the next one. Legacy money. What made it work? To understand what's coming, we have to understand what got us here. The traditional properties of money are well known: durability, portability, divisibility, uniformity, limited supply, acceptability. Gold had many of these traits, so did paper currency. But legacy financial systems, banking infrastructure, geographic limitations, bureaucracy added friction. You couldn't trade gold globally at midnight. You couldn't fractionalize a commercial building with a keystroke. You couldn't separate the yield from the principal of a bond and repackage it without intermediaries. Legacy money had power, but it was stuck in legacy systems. 3. The new feature set. What blockchain unlocks. Blockchain doesn't just digitize assets, it rewrites their DNA. Tokenization adds entirely new layers to money-like functionality. Fractionalization. Anyone can own a slice of high-value assets, real estate, treasuries, infrastructure. 24/7 global liquidity. Assets no longer sleep, they trade, settle, and compound yield around the clock. Separation of value streams. You can split a token into its principal and its income-producing rights, then trade them independently. Programmability. Smart contracts enforce everything from dividends to compliance with no middleman required. Transparency and auditability. The ledger doesn't lie. Every payment, transfer, and yield is verifiable. This isn't just better money, it's money with modularity. IV. The framework. What makes a token money-like? So what qualifies a tokenized asset as truly money-like? The market is developing a preference structure based on 1. Income generation. Does the token represent a cash flow producing asset? Treasuries, real estate, toll roads. Check. Palladium, NFTs, raw commodities. Nope. 2. Trust mitigated access. Is the asset held with a regulated custodian or via self-custody with smart contract protection? SAB 122 allows banks to do this at scale. 3. Frictionless collateralization. Can the asset be pledged or borrowed against? Tokenized assets become Lego bricks for DeFi plus TradFi interoperability. 4. Market structure and compliance. Does the token comply with jurisdictional rules? Can it be geofenced, KYC'd, and traded legally? If yes, it's plug and play into the real economy. Only tokens that check these boxes become liquid, high volume, and truly investable. This content is brought to you by Bobby Giggs. Promote your brand here and reach a wide audience across platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow the links in the description to get started. Winners and losers in the tokenization race. Let's apply the framework. Likely winners. Tokenized treasuries, stable yield, massive demand. Tokenized real estate, rents capital appreciation. Tokenized infrastructure, programmable yield from public goods. Tokenized private credit, high demand, low access equals tokenization unlock. Likely losers. Industrial metals, copper, palladium, no yield, hard to fractionalize meaningfully. Speculative NFTs, no income stream, low resale volume, non-compliant instruments, won't scale due to legal walls. Bitcoin, special case. Bitcoin remains the king of digital store of value. It is money-like but static. It doesn't yield, but it holds. Tokenized yield assets will become its complement, not its competitor. Section 6, the custodial layer. Who holds the keys? With SAB 122, the U.S. has greenlit banks to act as crypto custodians. That's huge. It legitimizes the on-chain economy for the largest pools of capital on Earth. Now, capital allocators, sovereign wealth, pensions, insurers can hold tokenized assets safely, compliantly, scalably. At the same time, advanced users can still self-custody. Blockchain allows both. The future is regulation compliant by default. sovereign by choice. Section 7, infrastructure and timing, how, when, and where this scales. How? Via smart contracts, compliant token issuers, and fast blockchains. When? Within 2 to 5 years. Singapore, London, Switzerland, UAE already laying rails. Where? Everywhere capital lives. Jurisdictional templates will be copy-pasted once proven. Solana and future high-throughput chains will replace Ethereum as the backbone for this, simply because speed, cost, and UX matter at scale. Section 8. Conclusion. Tokenized yield is the final form of money. The future won't be about gold bars in vaults or dollars in spreadsheets. It will be about programmable tokens that generate yield, backed by real assets, settled by smart contracts, and held across jurisdictions. Money is evolving. It's not just a store of value anymore, it's a stream of income, a permissionless unit of access, a self-executing claim on real-world productivity. This is the final form of money, and it's being minted right now.